Hey everyone, so in this video we're going to learn how to get the cross sections from CAD model of the canoe. So this is the canoe. This is the bow end. The bow end is usually a little bit taller than the stern end, and I try and put them at 0 for the bow. So we're going to reference everything from the bow. So I'm going to start by making planes that we are going to use to cut the canoe in slices. So we're going to make them 12-inch slices along the whole length of the canoe, starting with our first slice. We're going to use this offset plane that we just created to now slice the canoe. So we're now going to use the slice body tool, select the body, select the splitting tool, and now we have two bodies. So we actually have three bodies. It looks like there's an extra body hiding there. Okay, hide that body. And so now we have two bodies. So we're going to want to hide one of the bodies. So we're going to hide the forward body. And now we're left with the back of the canoe sliced. So now we're going to add another offset plane 12 inches from the one that we just did, which is 24. Do the same thing, split the body. And now we are going to have our cross section of interest that we're going to look at. We're going to hide our construction to make this nice and clean. So this is what that section of the canoe is going to look like with that section of the foam mold. Now we're going to want to draw our cross-section planes on them. So we're going to use the sketch tool to create a sketch on the plane that we just sliced. So there's our section that we just sliced. And now we are going to want to project the inside to our sketch plane. So the canoe's going to be, the mold is referencing the inside of the canoe since we are using a male mold. So we're going to want to project that surface. So we're going to use our project tool and project that inside curve. All right, so now we have our shape of our canoe that's going to be on the inside of our cross section. And now we are going to want to reference it to the ground. Okay, so the ground's going to be at 0. That's how this canoe was made. With basically the bow sits at 0. The top of the bow sits at 0 for its origin. So we want to reference it to that since our cross sections will be at various heights along the whole canoe. So we have our 0 line there. And now we're going to want to connect it to our cross section. And now we're going to want to make that vertical. Okay, so we're going to use our vertical tool to make our cross section reference to the ground and all straight. All right, so we're going to finish our sketch now. Now that we have one of our cross sections, so that is our cross section at 12 inches from the bow. Now we are going to want to do our cross section at 24 inches from the bow to make our 12-foot foam mold section that we're going to cut out. So the same process as before, project the inside surface and reference it to 0. So there's going to be a lot of the same process over and over again along the whole length of the canoe. Pretty straightforward, easy to do. All right, so now we have our two cross sections, one at 12 inches and one at 24 inches. Now we are going to want to loft these cross sections. So by doing that, it's going to show us what our foam mold will actually look like when we cut it out with a hot wire. So we lofted it, and that's what our cross section is going to end up looking like, hopefully, when we hot wire it. So we have our reference to the ground and our cross section, so all the heights. Those lines that we have on the mold are actually and what I'm doing now with having the tangent edges, I thought it would make it look a little bit nicer, but it looks exactly the same. So those lines are actually our cross section heights. And this is what our cross section looks like when it's on the table, when it's flat, which will be upside down, just with the way the CAD is. All right, and that is it. Next, we'll move on to how to make a part drawing for that.